I am always like, Kilagbe, Kileju, brother. You see, you Nigerians, you're always hostile to yourselves. You don't welcome Nigerians, you don't do this. A pair of jeans, a shirt. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. Welcome if you're new. Please do consider subscribing to the channel. I'll really appreciate it if you do. And if you do subscribe today whilst watching this video, let us know in the comment section so that we can properly welcome you guys. Excuse that. So it's a sit down video, as you guys can tell, and I am sitting in a position that I typically would not do my sit down videos. It is because it's such a gloomy day. Like, the sun has not even made an appearance, and I don't think it will because the time is 2:35 right now. So it's a rainy day, and my ring light broke, so I cannot film on the couch, which is most comfortable for me. That's just typically where I would do a sit down video, just get comfy. And yeah, I feel like it looks so serious. Anyway, welcome to another video. I'm so happy to be able to film a sit down video again. And yeah, but before we move on, come on, girls, people, my people, can we appreciate a fine babe? Yeah. Let me know what you think about my hair, my makeup in the comments. I am really loving this look. I just filmed a video, like a wig review. Go check it out if you haven't seen it already. Yeah, that is not the reason why we're here. So let us get right into the actual reason for this video. As you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be weighing in and addressing this misconception about Nigerians in diaspora, or Nigerians in Canada specifically, because I have been seeing a lot of this posts on social media, even videos here on YouTube, about Nigerians being wicked to one another. And I'm just here to, weigh in on the misconception, as I call it. I think the first time I ever saw a post about Nigerians being um, not so nice or mean to one another, or just like not being supportive or not being helpful to one another, I gave that post a side eye, because the scenario painted there was just like, I don't exactly remember what it was that the guy wrote about, or what made him to conclude on that. But at that point, I was like, I gave it the capital side eye. And several other posts, I'm like, I absolutely did not agree, especially because of the point of view, like where these people were coming from. And I've seen some other videos on here on YouTube. Some were like, obviously they didn't have bad experiences with their fellow Nigerians, which is good. But I've seen a few others that did not have such great experience to talk about. And I'm not doing this video to kind of like um water down whatever it was that they experienced, or whatever their feelings were after the experiences that they have had that made them to reach that conclusion. But me, I'm gonna take the position of the fact that I do not agree with that. In fact, I'm gonna tag it a misconception that Nigerians are mean to one another. And here is why. Before I go further to like explain why I think that it's a misconception, it's absolute, let me not say rubbish, but like it's not an appropriate way to term ourselves, like Nigerians and their relationships with one another. It's just absolutely inappropriate. It does not describe us as a people, in my opinion. And here is why. So a couple of weeks ago, at this point, I think it should be a month ago now. I think it should be about up to a month now. I was returning from work, and I typically would just prefer to shop groceries on my way back from work. I just pick my tomatoes or pick my eggs, my milk, whatever petty things I think we are going to need, especially on a Friday, so that I don't need to like step out on the weekend, because you guys know me, I'm a homebody, so I like to get all the things I think I would need or we would need in the house before I get home. So there's this particular grocery store I would typically stop to get things just because of the convenience. I mean, when I get off the subway, whilst I'm waiting for the bus to take me home, I'll just cross over. It's just like adjacent to the train station. I'll just cross over and pick a few things. Sometimes I'm usually like on a time crunch. I'm like, I would have like 7 minutes to just get in there and get out so that I can catch the bus. If I'm 1 minute late like this, that means I'll have to wait like another 15, 17 minutes for the next bus. So sometimes I'm on a time crunch. So it's just very convenient for me to cross the road and cross back and jump on my bus, right? So that was the case on this particular day. But thankfully, on this day, I did not need to like rush because I had just missed the bus. So that meant that I had about 15 minutes to, go to the grocery store and, enjoy my shopping and then come back and wait for the bus. So that was a good day. I got to the grocery store. I was going about my business, checking from aisle to aisle. I think at this particular grocery store, they rearranged something, so I couldn't find to be any one of the two, right? So typically, when I see someone who is black like me, I start to do a guess game in my head, like, could they be Nigerian? And I'm like, I pay attention whilst doing whatever it is that I'm doing. I just try and pay attention to see if my guess is right. Sometimes I play the guessing game and guess in my head. I'm like, they look Nigerian. This person looks Ghanaian, that kind of thing. Or I'm like, nah, this person is definitely Jamaican. So I play the guessing game in my head. But sometimes they end up maybe talking, maybe they're talking on the phone, and then sometimes I hear somebody, I'm just walking in a store and I just hear someone speaking Yoruba. I'm like, you know, that's normal. So when I saw him, I'm like, could that be a Nigerian? But then I go about my business because as I should, right? So I go about my business, but tell me why this person was coming and then I go continue shopping, and the next minute, barely a minute, this person is beside me. I just like turn, I'm like, oh, then like then he's, what's up? I'm like, oh, fine, good evening. I greeted him with a smile, of course. And I greeted him, I said hello to him as well. And then I continued shopping, but I noticed that he was still like hanging around, and he was like, where are you from? And then I smiled because at this point I'm like, I've confirmed that you're Nigerian too, because I was guessing in my head. So I smiled and I'm like, Nigeria. I said, oh, he said, oh, so we're in Nigeria. Typically, if I am that curious and so excited to see a fellow Nigerian, I'll be like, oh, nice. Where in Nigeria are you from? You know? But it doesn't even say, oh, nice or whatever. It's just like, where? I said Lagos. Obviously, my state of origin is not Lagos, but if you ask me in that manner where I'm from, of course, I was based in Lagos before I got here, so I would say Lagos State. So I said Lagos. It's like, okay, are you Yoruba? Yes. Do you speak Yoruba? Mind you, like, what kind of do you guys see what's going on here? It's not like, oh, Yoruba, oh, nice, I'm Yoruba too, or oh, I'm Igbo, you look this, that kind of thing. It's not like, oh, a sweet meet and greet that's happening here. It's just like interrogation, interrogation, interrogation. Like, so do you speak Yoruba? I said, at this point, I'm still even responding with smiles. I'm like, kinda, something around that along those lines. I said kinda because my Yoruba is not very fluent. I'm like, kinda. I said, okay, what's your name? I even told him my name, but he also told me his name. At this point, I can't remember, but he told me his name as well. Oh, nice. And I'm picking my butter. And then it was like, where do you live? Now, this is where I draw the line. I look at him, I'm like, around. He says, where? I'm like, of course I'm not going to. Then I go like, of course I'm not going to tell you where I live. He's like, why? You see, you Nigerians, you're always hostile to yourselves. You don't welcome Nigerians. You don't do this. So he goes and starts attacking me because I refuse to tell him where I live. I'm not going to come to your house. I said, so you're not going to come to my house? So why are you asking for my address? I just want to know. Who does that? Where is that done? So this same person now will go about telling people that Nigerians are mean, Nigerians are hostile to one another. Meanwhile, you are here meeting me, a total stranger, in a grocery store and interrogating me in such a manner. Like, who does that? So at this point, I'm like, I have been waiting for your kind in my head because I am always like, all these people always saying, throwing this narrative around and saying people Nigerians, because it's like, you see, you Nigerians, this, that. I'm like, Hilagbe, Hileju, brother. I'm like, I just, because my basket is already there, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I met you. I think this is one person I'm gonna address right now because you guys have been throwing this um notion in the air for way too long. Thank God I've met your kind. Now I'm like, how do you mean? You meet me for the very first time and you're asking me for my address. So, do you want to tell me that if you're walking on the street of Lagos right now, somebody stops you and questions you in that manner, you tell them your address, you will give them your phone number? You say, no, I'm not gonna ask you for your phone number. I said, I know you of course you're not gonna ask me for my phone number because I already rejected telling you my address because I bet you if I had given him a name of a place, he will go on to ask for my phone number. You don't do that. You meet somebody on the very first day and you're asking such questions. That is so sus. Like, that is so suspicious. And then this one now is already like attacking me and telling me Nigerians are this, you Nigerians are that, da 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 da. I'm like, don't miss me with that. Miss me with that kind of talk. Then I go ahead and tell him, no, you don't expect me to welcome you so much as to tell you my address. I even told you my name. That's the max I would go. Because I asked them, I said, so does this mean simply because we are Nigerians, you meet a fellow Nigerian on the road and we are now here in Obodo, Canada, we are all on, our hearts, our minds, our thoughts, our intentions are now pure. Every person now has a pure heart and pure intention. So you trust everyone. At the subway, in a grocery store and we are supposed to go chatty and get to know where the other person lives. No, don't do that. And then he had the effrontery to attack me and say, "Oh, you Nigerians, miss me with that, bro." So I actually was glad that I had that experience, even though it was draining, because I had had a long day. That day drained me. I was supposed to even say this on the vlog, but I was so tired. I just go back home and just carried on with my evening. So I actually tackled him. Was like, look at me, me now. I've helped a Yoruba guy get a job. I've helped a Yoruba this. I'm like, you see the problem? What has a Yoruba, because he's evil, what has a Yoruba anything got to do with anything? I said, good for you. You are open-minded. I pray that you don't find people that will help you that will make you want to close off. Good for you that you're doing, like, you've been helpful to people. The fact that I will not give you my address or tell you where I live right now does not mean if I'm in a position to help a Nigerian someplace, somewhere, I will not render help. Come on. But the most that I owe another brother or sister, be it Nigerian, Ghanaian, whatever, is a smile, is a welcoming smile, a warm reception if they say hello, if we have an encounter anywhere. Don't expect me to give you my phone number. No. Don't expect me to tell you where I work. No, I will not do that. Now, this is me being security conscious. I come from Lagos. You don't go about telling people you're giving people your details. You don't go about just trusting random strangers. So, why is it that now, simply because we're in Canada, we are all supposed to throw all of that caution away? Come on. Actually, put him in his place, and he was like, he ended up smiling like, okay, so now in your mind now, you've won the case, Abby. You should be a lawyer. Da, 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 da. It was so we ended up just smiling. He's like, so you did fear? I said, me, I did fear. Oh, yeah, that is me. Like, I know it's biased to say, but I feel like I'm a genuine person. And this is why I take my precious time to open up to people, like to embrace people and take people in. Because it will hurt me so bad if I find out that somebody is just, moving close just because of a selfish reason or whatever, or maybe their intentions are not pure from the get go. No, so I actually take my time to warm up with people. So you don't expect me to tell you where I live just on the first day of meeting you. Who does that? Now, this experience just goes to buttress my opinion on the matter that don't conclude that Nigerians are mean to one another. Well, except for Nigerians that you've had the should I say privilege, quote and unquote privilege, to meet, to work with, that turn out to be slice, turn out to be snitches. That is a different ballgame. That is a different scenario. But you meet people for the first time and you already have so much expectations of them. Come on, we should give ourselves some grace, like cut each other some slack. So, like, you can't just conclude based off of such experiences and say Nigerians are mean, Nigerians are wicked, Nigerians are not welcoming, Nigerians are not da 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 da. No. So this particular experience went for that to just cement my thoughts already about that notion. Because I'm like, you meet someone on the very first day, or you go at that person from a calculated point of view, in the sense of maybe you see them and there's something you hope to benefit from them, but the other person is not seeing what they want to benefit from, because yeah. So this experience just went for that to cement my notion and opinion about this whole Nigerians are wicked, Nigerians are mean, Nigerians are hostile to one another. I mean, except if you actually have like proper business dealings, and then it turns out this said Nigerian person, defrauded you or betrayed you. Even at that, I think that is not enough reason for you to conclude that Nigerians, anybody could have duped you, anybody could have betrayed you. It is more of a personality thing than a nationality thing, if in my opinion. So I guess I feel like we should give ourselves grace. I mean, the way people react to you, maybe if you're trying to get close to someone and they are kind of resistant, you do not know what their life experiences have been. You do not know what their temperament is. You don't know what type of personality that they possess or exhibit, so that for sure will affect how they, warm up to people. I think I understand this better because of the kind of person that I am. So those times when I read those posts, I'm like, come on, it's obviously not like that. I don't know. I just understood that it was not like that. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that bad. I'm sure it's not that bad. That was always my point of view. And then this experience just, it was like the icing on the cake for me. I'm like, you see, I was right after all. So yeah. So I just feel like we should just put an end to that notion. Cut ourselves some slack, give ourselves some grace. Yeah, I mean, as a person, I will feel more comfortable, relating with someone that as is a mutual friend of someone that I know. And yes, not everybody that you get close to must know you from somewhere or know your brother from Adam. But yeah, obviously when you find out that, oh, this person even knows my friend, or this person even knows my sister, something, there's this form of like comfort that you get, and you feel more relaxed and feel more comfortable getting closer to them and all of that. So yeah, people might respond to you and interact with you differently based off of their life's experiences, their backgrounds, their temperament and personality. So don't take it personal. I think this video is already so long and I'm so sorry, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts about this notion or this topic in the comments. I hope you enjoyed watching again. Please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friend. Share it with that friend of yours that has that terrible notion about our fellow brothers and sisters. And I'll catch you on my next video.